Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Remind me what key this was.
It's going to be in that key, G. It is Tuesday, May 20th. It's Sloan Wainwright's birthday. I happen to know that.
Happy birthday, Sloan.
And I'm closing. What do they call it? I was trying to close all sorts of windows behind, because when we look at you through this send all these other programs, but we also, if we have programs open behind, then I can't read the comments as well. So let's get rid of all this stuff that's open. Way too much stuff open. Here we go. Marie, and good morning from Bellingham.
Hi, Marie.
Hey, Bonnie O'Donnell. Hi, Aloysius. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Okay, one more thing. What's behind there? That is, that's photos. Let's close photos. Quit photos. Okay. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Hi, Steve Arona. Hi, Mark Wilson. We thought we'd start today with I'd Fall For You, which I never played, but we're coming up on the time of the Kerrville Folk Festival. It starts Memorial Day weekend. And in 1992, I was driving down to Kerrville about this time to play this song at the songwriting contest. Hi, Nancy Baskett and Carol Pred. Hi, Ginny Murphy. Hi, Peter Martell. Peter Martell was in Aspen in the winter of '76. Weren't you almost there then? I was telling Peter that
I was there in the summer.
He lived in Aspen.
But I think, I can't remember, was Phoebe born 78?
No, 76 or 74. I know it's either 76 or 4.
So she's how many years old?
She's 49.
How do you get?
I don't know, but
49?
we should stop doing the math because these poor people are watching us talk about something. Sorry, guys, but I wanted Peter and Charlie to know you've both been in Leadville Aspen around the same time. But here's the song. I could write you this letter, it would make you cry. We've done plenty of damage, my letters and I could call you a phone call, pack you for home. We could bring you back, me and my phone. But I've never been clear on the right thing to do. Guide your path or carry you, and my best intentions, they do a lot of harm. I've no business dancing on your good luck charm. I know those stars will wait to fall till there's someone down below. If you can hear me tonight, well, one of you let go. I know it's the angels calling, riding the stars as they're falling. Make a wish, I can't make it true, but if I were a star, I would fall for you. If we could just wish on the very same star, agree for a day where the heavens are, but these very good hearts, they won't beat in time. I've one fallen angel, she won't toe the line. I know those stars will wait to fall till there's someone down below. If you can hear me tonight, will one of you let go? I know it's the angels calling, riding the stars as they're falling. Make a wish, I can't make it true, but if I were a star, I would fall for you. If I'd write you this letter, it would make you cry. We've done plenty of damage, my letters and I. If you'd learn not to answer, I might learn not to call. Oh, it's supposed to be phone call. I could write you this letter, it would make you cry. We've done plenty I get his letters, and it doesn't make sense. I was 28. If you'd learn not to answer, I might learn not to call. Some things I learn slow, some I don't learn at all. I know those stars will wait to fall till there's someone down below. If you can hear me tonight, will one of you let go? I know it's the angels calling, riding the stars as they're falling. Make a wish, I can't make it true, but if I were a star, I would fall for you. Good job, Charlie. I am a Sloniger. I thought that last verse made more sense. If you'd learn not to answer, I'd learn not to call. I know that's the line, because part of the reason I wanted to sing it today is I'm finishing a song, and that song I finished at a gig. I had been playing it. I didn't have the end of the last verse, and I was doing a gig at the press room with Kent. And at the warm-up, I just came up with, the way you can make the snake eat its tail in a way. Here's Bonnie O'Donnell. I can remember singing harmony of this song with my kids and dancing around the living room as they danced around the living room with me. Good memories. Boy, I remember that. I used to visit you when you had little kids, smaller kids anyway. Hi, Ken Nashif. Hi, Barb Scott. Nice to see you after a long time. Hope you're well. Hi, Sybil Bannett and Judy Abbey. Raleigh Brown's here. Okay. Here's DLC. Howdy. I finally remembered. Relatively on time. Sounding good. Oh, good. So Charlie, now I'm gonna try that new song. Is that okay? So you're gonna wait.
Yeah.
You just wait it out. So the reason I want to do that is I've been writing a song and I want to try it before I forget it. And this morning I came up with a way to end it. It doesnn't mean it's the way I'm gonna keep ending it, but it seems to work pretty well. I'm about to teach, Charlie and I are about to go out and run Desert Song. It's a songwriting retreat, so I've been listening to a lot of songs and trying to get into a writing space, which I tend to do by going out and buying a lot of people's CDs and listening to stuff I haven't listened for a while. And this is inspired by a writing I found in my notebook of a writing I'd started about the fact that I have really heavy luggage. Carry stuff with me, my sneakers and my boots, my current favorite sweatshirt, cause I don't like to be cold. And my suitcase is so heavy that I can hardly lift it. It's better to travel light, that's something somewhere I was told. I carry stuff with me, the packing has been random, but nothing has been abandoned since I was a kid, like how my brother and my sister both said, don't you dare write about me. I do not travel light, never have, never did. Cause somewhere I decided the trip would be more bearable, that safety can be wearable. Carry everything you own. So I carry my notebooks, songs I never finished, lines I love, but I haven't yet found them a home. Carry stuff with me, and it can be annoying. I have the memory of an elephant. Remember that thing you once said? I carry memories of kissing. I carry memories of kissing and people I am missing. I carry the living and I carry the dead. And I have seen you travel with a clean shirt and a spare pair of underwear. You travel lighter than anyone I've ever known. And perhaps I am inferior, 'cause it seems to be superior to travel with just a toothbrush and a comb. I carry stuff with me, I'm probably a bit scared that if I'm not prepared, some night I will be cold. And that safety might be wearable, and this song could be a parable. And that bird in flight, someday it might be me. I came up with this morning. I'm really psyched about the bird in flight. I was trying to figure out how to end it, and I didn't want to do that whole thing about where you make it just a little too cute. I want it to be more like a poem where at the end it just kind of goes bang. So, Neil Braverman, good morning from Roslindale. Thanks for listening through that. Charlie is a light packer. And I had all sorts of verses in there about the fact that, yay, says Peter Martell, thank you. Oh, Steve Verona, fabulous song, thank you. Susan Douglas, good morning.
Hi, Susan.
From Susan and beautiful Gabriella. Well, good morning, Gabriella. And here's Gabriella LaFoley. Greetings, Cozy and Charlie, watching with Susan Douglas at her lovely kitchen table in Boston. Nice. Bonnie O'Donnell, oh my God, I'm so loving this new song. I'm glad I'm not the only one who has slips of paper all over couplets and rhymes and all kinds of things, and I do carry it with me. I carry everything with me. So Charlie often has to carry some of my luggage. Let me confess that this could have been a way for the song to go, in that he often doesn't carry that much. And I always say, can you carry like this? Can you fit this in? And I can always, whatever it is, I can always fit it in his bag because I'm one of those rollers. And Charlie just sort of puts stuff in like it's going into a drawer. It's all very lovely laid out, but he's not taking advantage of his space options. There's way more space options.
Usually the issue is not on the way out because then we have a fixed amount of stuff. We can negotiate.
Right.
It's on the way back after Cozy purchases another
I bought something.
15 things that
I found something I really like.
Oftentimes she has to she packs a box to ship home.
In fact, Barb Scott, who's here on this Zoom, helped me last summer. I had to fly home from California, and so she met me in a parking lot outside a Whole Foods, and I handed her stuff, and I had a one-rate box from the post office, and her job was just to go home and find some tape because I'd put everything in it. So, I don't know why, but I thought we should have some stuff that wasn't too precious here. So I was taking a walk today, and I ended up running into a neighbor with his two huge, beautiful golden retriever dogs. And we had a moment as we're walking along near the lake where there was two people far away, and the golden retrievers were off the leash, and they went tearing at these people. And one of the women was obviously quite frightened of dogs, even though these are nice dogs. And I understand being frightened of dogs, but it made me think, well, Waldo is not a frightening dog. This song was written in 1994 or 5. After I had a review of one of my albums where it said, here's the latest in Sheridan's female complaint series, because turbo yeast was on that CD about having a yeast infection. So there I was, realizing I had a female complaint series, looking for a male complaint series, traveling around the country. And that winter I did a show in Palo Alto, California, and I stayed with a family friend who had a dog named Waldo. And when we meet Waldo, he's an 11-month-old black Labrador retriever. He's what your vet would call intact. On the second day that I stayed at Waldo's house, Waldo went to the vet's. And on the third day, he returned with a lampshade on his head so he would not chew out his stitches. And there I was sitting in the kitchen of this home trying to think of a song about a male complaint. And there was Waldo outside with his lampshade. Waldo lost his balls today. He does not want to go out and play. He knows some wrong has been done. Waldo, he was real well hung. Now what could have been will not now be. Waldo's wheels are history. He bent a rim and he sprung a spoke. They call him fixed. He's feeling broke. Now if you run into Waldo's two missing little flowers, he'd like to know why they had to go. He kept them clean for hours, and now he's just the leaf without the bud. Waldo's sleeve has lost its stud. It's a brand new game for the girls and boys. Let's find Waldo's toys. If Waldo'd had 2 legs, not 4, they would have cut less and they would have left more. They'd have left the engine, taken the fuel. Waldo'd still have the family jewels and his holy heat-seeking device. He's a board game now without the dice. If only he could have realized the joys of having been vasectomized. In a better world, Waldo would have had just one night where he could be real bad with a little dog. About about to get spayed just once. Waldo could have gotten laid and he'd have the memory all of his life before his gonads met the knife with a little restraint. Opposable thumbs, Waldo's something different. Might have been Donnie's lying out back feeling low. Waldo's balls have ceased to roll. Nice, Charlie. Good job back there. Here's Laura Golden. Good morning from Eugene. Laura, we haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Tricia Cronin. We're going to see you soon. This is Sunshine Day. Good morning from Salt Lake City, she says. Tom Hodge. Hi, we're going to see you this summer.
Yeah.
Here's Carol Pred saying, female complaint series, really? Barb Scott, sometimes we need precious. Sometimes we need precious when it is sincere. I agree, Barb. Totally. Janet Simpson, we're going to see you soon. Good morning, DLC. Hi, everybody. Sometimes I don't prepare as well as other times, and then I have to look over here and think, what are we going to play? You know what? We hadn't played Anthem in a while, Charlie. You want to try that?
If you like.
Yeah. No, let's do Lost and Found. Because here's Barb saying, precious is good when it's sincere. And Lost and Found is that. We're going out to Moab, where I wrote this song after getting lost on a hike.
Doing it in B flat or an
Poor Waldo, says Ginny. Waldo had a good life. Waldo was the pooch of a couple who had no children. Waldo had more toys than any dog had ever seen. Emma Sloniker, looking forward to the new album. Is there a release date yet? Thank you for asking, Emma. Sometime later in the summer, I think we'll have it out. I don't know what to title it. My theory, usually I try to make it, some big statement. And this year, I'm thinking I'll just wait to see which song seems best after we've mixed it. But I'm thinking maybe of calling it Little Caterpillar. I could call it The Kind Words. That's the other thing in the running. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
I am the sword who is easily lost, that thing with the tree, and which side is the moss means nothing to me, and I come apart. That would assume that I understand how north and south tell me where I am when I don't know where I am. It's hard on my heart. My sense of direction, it's deep inside, it does not pay attention. When I drive, it's best if I have some help. When I travel alone, so a voice in a box talks to me in the car. It says, here is where you are, out on the edge of your comfort zone. The map is flat, the world is round. Some things get lost, but some get found. And this is for those who do not know the easily lost, who still bravely go out there and try. I said I'm lost, you said I am too, but I feel pretty found when I am around you. The map is flat, the world is round. Some things get lost, but some get found. And the world plays dice, we get tossed up in the air. It's no wonder that we get lost and we come apart. I think I understand, I am in an unmapped land, but I know where I am when I am following my heart. Oh, here's Ginny Murphy, just like me. She says, I was born without a sense of direction. Me too. She says, but I always am good with up and down. You know what? Me too. Thank you, Ginny. That was very well said. I like that. I wanted to play that because last night Charlie and I had a little rough time, but we got through it. We had a little argument over the ping pong table. We play ping pong every night. I'm becoming pretty good. Charlie, this is where you chime in because I'm trying to keep more
I
talking.
know. This is where I don't chime in. I could get myself in serious trouble by chiming in right now.
Okay, Charlie won't be chiming in.
Yeah, I think it's best. Sometimes it's best to just keep one's memories to oneself. Yeah.
This is why I'm glad
I'm
that
sure we remember this incident quite differently.
Good point. We probably don't have the same memory of the incident.
Yeah.
See, we're being very careful. Very careful not to walk over to the edge there where one of us might fall off, and then that would be very bad. Let's play the kind words, because that's the other thing I said was the other one in the running for.
I'm a big believer that sometimes events happen so fast that we're never really able to. We don't recognize what the process of our own feelings are, and I think this was one of those things when a sort of a simple progression of events led us each into a different feeling zone.
Yeah. Well said.
And there was no real ill intention intended on either party, on either side. So
well, look here,
I'm left with that. That's the way I'm interpreting it.
You're getting a lot of kudos for this statement. Let me tell you what's behind. Let me read to you now. Roland Brown says, I was driving when you did the Traveling Light song, so I couldn't say this then, but wonderful song. Thank you, Roland. And here's Larry Pattis. Better late than never. Here's here. But Peter Martell, you married a smart man, Cozy. That's when you were saying I'm being quiet. And then Roland Brown says, in just a few days, I'll be down in the Lower Meadow where I first met you a lifetime ago. Do come to Texas. Oh, thank you, Roland. And then Carol Bread says, Charlie knows that sometimes silence is golden. Come a long way from where you started. Here are the kind words. You went through a lot of broken hearted. Here are the kind words. So far away it was out of sight. They moved the goalpost in the middle of the night, and nobody knows if they're doing it right. Here are the kind words. And it didn't work out the way you planned. Here are the kind words. Little train says, I think I can. Here are the kind words. The grains of sand, the words of praise. The more than 10,000 days that brought you here where you can say the kind words. Step by step on the crooked way. Stand still when you are afraid. When you can't go forward, sideways. Oh, the world's too big to understand. Here are the kind words. A little bit of clay in your hand. Here are the kind words. And you never know when you're at the end. The best you can be is a good friend. Take the time to always send the kind words. Oh, step by step on the crooked way. Stand still when you are afraid. When you can't go forward, go sideways. There's a lot to learn from I don't know. Here are the kind words, and you figure it out as you go. Here are the kind words. And the miracle is what you found. When the road ran out, you could have turned around. You set out for unknown ground, found the kind word. Oh, the miracle, it's what you found. When the road ran out, you could have turned around. You set off for unknown ground, found the kind words. Here's Emma Sloniker agreeing. Very true, Charlie. Very true, Charlie. Sometimes there's no desire to hurt and every desire to be understood. Emma, that's very well said. Larry Pattis says, just joining. Better late than never. Oh, that's. Okay, hold on. I'm reading stuff I read before. Carol Pred, so glad I was able to listen today before you guys go traveling again. We are traveling, Carol. Thank you for mentioning that. So we're going to go away. We will be gone until the Tuesday after Father's Day, which is Well, that's the best way to remember it. The Tuesday after Father's Day. That will probably work out pretty well for you guys. You'll be able to remember that. So Charlie, let's go out on one more song, but let's go out on "Don't Walk Away from Love." Let's play that. Neil Braverman says, "Love this song, Charlie and Cozy. Thanks for your Tuesday morning pick-me-ups. You will miss when you go to Moab. Thank you." Mike Meyer, good morning. "Silence may be golden, but kind words Tuesday mornings are everything." Oh, beautiful. Julie Snow. "Hello, my favorite song and friends." Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Nice to see you. Julie's just down the street. She's coming for dinner. Julie, we're having hamburgers and zucchini, right? You bought zucchini?
A little bit. Yeah, I don't know how
How
much.
much? Oh, okay. Well, we'll have a couple things. We'll have salad. So we'll be back the Tuesday after Father's Day. We hope you have a good couple weeks. Don't read too much news. Read just enough to know a little bit what's going on. But there's such a thing as being too informed these days, because it's just going to change in 30 seconds. We thank you so much for being part of our community and joining us every Tuesday. This is really sweet of you, because a lot of money was spent to keep your attention somewhere else, and so joining us in here, we appreciate it. Hi, Lydia Adams Davis. Well, there's a lot to be lost in the great wide world, so don't walk away from love. It might not look like you planned, your family might not understand, but don't walk away from love, 'cause we move around the wheel, up and down how we feel. Don't walk away from love. We are darkness, we are light, we don't always do it right, but don't walk away from love. Life is often a mess, sometimes more, sometimes less, but don't walk away from love. And of course there will be fears, problems through the years, but don't walk away from love. And when you have found it, work everything around it. Don't walk away from love, 'cause any fortune can waver. Do yourself a favor, don't walk away from love. All the ways we get sick, all the ways we get poor, don't walk away from love. All the little tiny pieces and we don't know what they're for, don't walk away from love. And there are things you can't imagine waiting in store, don't walk away from love. It's a boat across the river to a shining shore, and an open hand and an open door. So let go of your heart just a little bit more. Don't walk away from love. Don't walk away from love. Don't walk away from love. Braverman says, "What a great closing boy, I'm having trouble today. What a great closing song, Cozy and Charlie." Thank you, Neil. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Tom Hodge and Judy Abbey. Linda Johnson Zimmerman, hello. Love the kind words, and Emma's right. We rarely intend to hurt and really are trying to understand. That is such a good point. I think that we've come up with a very nice thing that we've all worked out as a community today. We rarely are trying to hurt and really are trying to understand. We could apply that to an awful lot of things these days. An awful lot of people. Let's just bear it in mind. Okay, everybody, be good to yourselves. Thanks again for being part of our community. We'll see you the Tuesday after Father's Day. And remember, Raleigh Brown will still be on every Wednesday at 3 and every Sunday at 10:30. So check out his show. He's always wonderful. Talk to you soon. Bye.